Alright, it is Matt along with Goo here, and today I'm going to talk about Party Animal Juliante.
Toga, 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 toga.
And we're going to discuss whether or not you should be galloping across town to get her, or she is just someone you just need to spit out and skip. Stay tuned. Alright, the Animal House jokes probably won't end, but Party Animal Juliante is a very interesting and unique unit. Its leadership effect is increased physical power by 10%, which is useful in itself, especially for arena and along with more like boss levels as well to try to get you enough power overall. Uh, but it's also something that's very important as well because the first skill, Fireworks, is an okay skill. It is Bang. It inflicts 95% power twice on one enemy. The third skill is a decent skill. It inflicts 240% Bang physical damage to all enemies within range. So if you can get two of those, it is a very, very powerful skill. It also has the ability to stun. Uh, it also is known as Summer Dragon Dance. I think it's going to be more Dragon Swing or Dragon Party or Dragon Dance even. But we'll see as we'll be getting this roughly the same time that I have this video uploaded. But her most important skill is Fire. And this is what makes her by far the most polarizing unit that I think we're going to have in all of Dragon Quest Tact for a while. She increases the attack power within range for 3 turns, which also includes herself. Now, she also has the ability to greatly enhance her own agility for the first 2 turns. This usually allows her, and we'll go more in her stats on the next page, to go first, especially in arena or in boss battles, which will allow you to also then do this fire skill. She is going to whip up everybody into shape and give you this huge range of attack for the 3 turns, which in arena allows units to one-shot even very high-level opponents. The key is that you need to have a physical team. Back when Juliante was in Japan, physical units weren't really at all in the meta, and the units actually after her were Soma, and so there was a lot of magical units. For us here in Global, she is a little late, but physical meta is about to come. There's going to be some more powerful physical units in the future. Stark, especially one of them as well, that Juliante, along with Sorrow and Elena, that we currently have, absolutely loves Juliante. So if you have a magic team, you're going to skip Juliante. If you have a physical team, you should stick with Juliante. But now, Matt, and I know I'm kind of going a little above and beyond for the overall skills here, but why is she so interesting? Because she is the only multiple attack power skill that we will get for a very long time, and the only other one is a hero which costs 65 weight instead of 50. So she has good attack, especially after she does her fire. Second skill, she can do Dragon Swing, probably take out a unit if you leveled up that enough, and as a combo unit is very, very good. But if you are focusing on her alone, she is not worth it at all. So let's just go with their Awakening skill real quick. For this, we get bang attributes and reduce MP, and all status up. Second skill is first resistance plus 25. Fourth skill Sam 25. Third and fifth is just like always the third skill used. Her level 100 stats. She has okay HP at 676. Her agility is very high at 407. There's a couple of faster units there, but remember, she has a perk that gives enhanced speed for the first 2 turns as well. So that should get you to being able to go first in most team comps. Her MP is good at 311, especially with her skills not being that expensive. Having MP is not an issue. Her wisdom is low at 205, but that really doesn't mean very much. The only thing that kind of sucks is it would be nice to have your Party Animal Juliante as a healer, but her wisdom's just not high enough to make it worthwhile. You could still do that though, just don't expect very good heals overall. Her attack is good at 418, her defense is okay at 278, but her main issue is that she only has 2 movement. So her agility is great, and your goal is to use her to do arena shenanigans and to just kind of go out and crush everything in those first 2 to 3 turns. Otherwise, she does have that one really major flaw with that 2 movement. Preferred weapon, just like most units, is within her own festival. This is a festival fan. It's Tact plus 22 with physical potency plus 2%. We'll get it in episode 10 and 11 Summer Festival. And down below, I will also have in the links the Summer Festival guide that I have created so that you can go through it as well. Overall, this is going to be a fairly fast festival, but skills to look for is the Summer Dragon Dance, Zap, Physical Potency, and Attack. Obviously made specifically for Juliante. Her preferred learned skills, I put Sweet Breath as one of those, so instead of focusing on damage, maybe trying to do something that could cause sleep would be something that could be very useful. Maybe poison too if you'd like, but if you're going to go with damage, Tempest Slash and Aeolian Slash for Zap and Whoosh are the 2 best elemental skills for her. But I would think out of the box for Party Animal Juliante. Maybe Sleep if someone is immune to Bang, or other status elements, or if you're okay with just decent heals, even putting a heal on her as well would be something that you can definitely use as well. So I know a lot of people say, oh, she's a damage unit, they have her in a damage. Think of her as a buff unit that can do damage on the side that really helps the rest of your units as well. So just real quick there. Pros. Best physical attack power buffer in the game for 50 weight or less. End of story. There's still no one better that's under 50 weight. In a couple of months, there is a hero that I would say would rival Party Animal Juliante for the attack power buffer, who has a little bit more skills overall, but is a hero, so it's very expensive in arena. Naturally fast with good attack as well. Summer Dragon Dance can stun and has good power with the buff, especially with the weapon that you can have normally. And remember, speed buff first 2 turns perfect for her, because your first skill is probably going to be the major buff skill, and if you have 2 or 3 other physical units, have her as your leader, give physical power plus 10%, then buff up everyone's by there. And remember, these buffs stack, so if the other units get also their own power increases, they will stack with each other. Cons. Main skill you use is the buff. The elemental attacks are okay. So make sure that you understand that you're using her to buff, not to be your main damage dealer. She only has 2 movements, so you need to have your team speed tuned for use. So if you have a super fast physical team, that's too fast for your Juliante, and that can actually move like, say, 3 or 4 spaces as well. This is a serious problem because she cannot catch up. So make sure that the teams that you're going to plan on using do not outspeed her, because then she turns to be very useless. So on this will I pull, this is one of the hardest units for me to be generalized for, so it's going to take me a little bit of time to go through this. Am I going to pull? Right now my arena team can't use her, but I'm still going to at least try to do the guaranteed pull, mostly because I know in the future physical monsters, especially with the Metal Dragon getting buffed and having a very powerful physical attack, and a few other units that are brand new coming out that are very good physical meta coming out, for especially for arena. Party Animal Juliante will become very useful and strong. But I will also be okay with my mage team for most, except for, of course, this week, for most of the rounds, so I'm not going to spend too much into her. So if you're only going to stick with mage team and don't care about the future, then you are not going, this is going to be an easy skip banner. If you have a physical team that is not super fast, she is a perfect fit and will allow you to ignore the 30% debuff and allow you to one-shot most, if not every single unit in the game. Now, if you are like me, knowing that there's more powerful units coming out as well, I would go ahead and take a flyer. Having her at 1 without any additional hearts isn't the worst thing. The only thing that is a little concerning is making sure that you have enough speed to keep up with all the other units that you have. With that, you might not even use her weapon depending on how you need to speed tune your party. But Party Animal Juliante, the one thing is, with being a beast, unless if you have the Draguar, there's no other real unit that you're going to want to use besides that Party Animal Juliante or the Draguar for your overall team. So more than likely you're at least going to be able to get 1 with the shards, and you can probably farm it there. That's my game plan. I don't have Draguar, so at this point, if I do pull Juliante and get lucky, then yes, but I'm not going very hard for it. Another good time theoretically would be the 6-year anniversary, or not 6 years, 6-month anniversary, hoping for the fact that they do the same thing, and maybe I'll luck into pulling one of those as well during that point. So let me know what you guys think. Please like and subscribe to this video. You can also watch me on twitch.tv/Madgarou, and also I have a Patreon as well. She is a very interesting unit, but don't focus on her damage. Focus on the way that she can buff your units and make sure that she fits right for you. She is not designed to be a damage dealer, but to be an enhancer who can then deal additional damage later. Remember her leadership effect along with her ability to buff. That's approximately 40% increase in damage if you include her as leader to all physical power. That's all I've got. I hope if you guys are interested in Juliante that you guys have fantastic luck. And I hope you guys stay safe, enjoy, and I will see you around. Bye.
Thanks. I needed that.
All right. For bonus units here, we have also got our Witch Lord. He is honestly not the greatest unit. Has Sizz, Sizzle, and Crackle. Has decent amount of agility, okay wisdom, but is an absolute paperweight. From an A unit, I think this is one of the worst A units that we have seen in a while. If you do need mages, I guess that will be interesting. His leadership effect is reduces MP consumption of undead spells by 10%, which is incredibly specific. Personally, I would rather just have White King. Reducing the MP consumption isn't all that important. So, we get all powers, spell powers up for Sizz, not Zap, Sizz. We get Swoosh resistance. We get some Sizzle power and Sam resistance. Not exactly the greatest unit overall. So, I personally, if you're going to get Juliante, you're going for Juliante. And you're only really going to be getting this unit for CP and no more. The farmable unit is actually okay, but it's not really all that great either. But there's not going to be a great deal of items to grind out for. So farming out the food stall ghost is actually not all that hard. So I hope you guys have some good luck with the farmable units. And personally, I'm not going to be all that upset if I don't get the White Lord here. Not exactly the greatest A unit at all. And I really hate to say it like that, but just not really worth it.